Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Saturday publicly blamed former US President Donald Trump for the recent wave of deadly protests across the country. Speaking before a large crowd in Tehran, Khamenei accused Trump of directly encouraging demonstrators, describing the unrest as American in nature and part of a broader plan to destabilize the Islamic Republic. The protests began on 28th December over economic hardship and quickly escalated into widespread demonstrations calling for political reforms and an end to clerical rule. Human rights organizations say security forces responded with brutal force, resulting in thousands of deaths among protesters and civilians. Khamenei told the crowd that Trump had not only criticized the Iranian government, but also sent direct messages encouraging protesters to continue, promising support and even military backing. The US president himself entered the sedition, spoke, made comments, threatened, encouraged the seditionists. Khamenei said, "We have documents showing both the Americans and the Zionist regime helped them." The supreme leader also stressed that while Iran does not seek war, the country will not allow domestic criminals or foreign agents to threaten its stability. Wars than domestic criminals are the international criminals. "We will not leave them alone," he said, vowing that the Iranian people would defeat the seditionists just as they have in the past. Chants of death to America and death to England echoed through the gathering as Khamenei addressed the protesters, emphasizing the Iranian government's narrative that foreign powers, including the United States and Israel, were behind the violence. Trump, meanwhile, had taken a strong stance on the protests in recent weeks. He repeatedly threatened to intervene if Iran carried out executions of protesters, calling for global attention on the situation. On Friday, he posted on social media, thanking Tehran's leadership for allegedly calling off mass hangings. Iranian officials denied any such plans were in place, saying there was no plan to hang people. The clerical establishment in Iran continues to label the unrest as the work of armed rioters posing as protesters, calling them terrorists, and blaming foreign powers for instigating the violence. Khamenei framed the protests as part of a long-standing pattern of foreign attempts to destabilize Iran, comparing the day to historic revolutionary events and reinforcing the government's commitment to maintaining control. Despite international concern, Khamenei insisted that Iran's response would be measured, stating that the country seeks neither internal chaos nor international conflict, but will pursue justice against those he called criminals, whether at home or abroad. The protests and the violent crackdown have drawn widespread attention from human rights organizations and governments worldwide, highlighting ongoing tensions between Iran and Western nations over domestic freedoms, foreign interference, and the limits of political dissent. As of Saturday, the Iranian government remains on high alert, and the situation continues to evolve with both domestic and international scrutiny focused on Tehran's handling of the protests and its claims of foreign involvement.